Hello you guys, Miss Steele here. This week we are talking about art movements again, like we talked about last time we were in art. And we're also talking about balance. So if you remember, last time we were in art, we talked about emphasis whenever there's a focus on one part of your artwork. Whenever we're talking about balance, that means that there's stuff to look at all around your artwork and it's even. So we're going to use both of those today. We're going to create our own pop art popsicles inspired by Andy Warhol, and we're also going to use balance. So we're going to make it to where there's an even amount of stuff to look at all over your paper. What you want is 2 pieces of paper, some popsicle sticks. If you don't have popsicle sticks, you can just draw them on. You want 2 of them, some glue, scissors, pencil and eraser, our art tool basics, and then you want something to color in with. I'm going to use crowns and markers. So that's what we're going to use. I'm going to move the stuff I don't need out of the way for right now. And we're going to focus on the paper because we want to fold both of our papers into 4s. I want to show you how I like to fold. This one I've already folded, but I'm going to show you. I like to bend my paper over, and then I make for sure both the corners are touching the best that they can. And then I hold it with one hand, and then I use my other hand to press it down. And then again, I want to fold it one more time because we want to have 4 squares on our paper. I take it and I bend it over. I try to make the corners match. I hold it with one hand, and then I use my other hand to squish it down. And then we have 4 sections. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to show you the same one on this one. So I like to bend it over, and then I try to make it to where the corners touch, and I hold it with one hand, and then I use my other hand to press it down. And I'm going to fold it one more time because we want both of our papers to have 4 different parts. I make for sure my corners are touching, and then using my other hand, I fold it down. So we're going to use one of these to draw our popsicles and one of these for our background. So I'm going to grab this one, and what I'm going to do is using my pencil, I'm very lightly going to follow the fold lines so I can see my 4 different sections. Oops, that line got off a little bit. Like that. And my first step is going to be coloring in this paper using 4 different colors. So you want to color in the square completely with one color. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And you want to use 4 different colors. I think I'm going to color in my background using markers, but you can use crowns as long as it's only one color in each section. I think I'm going to do this section yellow, maybe this section blue. I'm going to color in this section orange, and then this section I'm going to color in purple. I actually think I'm going to trade these, so I'm going to do it like this. So I'm going to color it in all the way yellow, blue, purple, and orange. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to first make for sure I'm staying inside my lines so I can have my 4 different areas colored in. So I'm going to color this one in yellow, like that. So I'm going to start coloring these in, and then we will move on to our next step. All right, so I have it all colored in. Man, that looks super blue on there, but I promise this is purple, yellow, blue, and orange. So this is going to be our background. We can set this aside for right now because we're going to turn these into our popsicles. So what you want to do, again, is try to draw a very light line right where you folded it. And what you're going to do for this one is you're going to add designs to these. So you can design them however you want and color them in completely like you did for this one, but it doesn't have to just be one color. It can be patterns. Oh, like I have markers on my hands. It can be patterns. It can just be kind of lines and designs. Whatever you want to do is up to you. I think I'm going to do flowers on this one. And maybe just kind of like weird blobs on this one, kind of shapes with patterns. Maybe lines for this one. And I'm still deciding what I want to do for this one. And I think I'm going to not use my markers, but I'm going to use my crowns for these. So on your next one, you can color in your 4 squares with whatever you like, whether that's rainbows or flowers. You want to try to make each of them at least a little bit different. So use different colors for these. So I'm going to start coloring these in. I think I'm going to do flowers and blobs, and then we'll check in before I move on to these two. So I have my flowers on this one and my blob on this one. So now I'm going to work on these two. Whenever you're coloring them in, you don't want to use too many colors, just a few colors. Like this one I use 2, this one I use 3. I think I'm going to do stripes for this one. And I think I'm going to use greens because I haven't really used greens yet. So I'm going to do stripes for this one. And I still haven't decided for this one. Maybe I'll do stars. I don't know yet. But I'm going to get stripes on this one and get this one colored, and then we will move on to our next step. All right, so I have my paper dot. I did stars, stripes, flowers, and blobs. What we're going to do now is we're going to flip this over. And then in our 4 different sections, you can draw the line if you think that'll help you. We're going to draw our popsicles. And drawing a popsicle isn't too hard. It's like drawing a very big U. So you want to go through and draw a long U, and then you want to make it flat at the bottom. So I'm going to do it again, making it flat at the bottom, flat at the bottom, and then flat at the bottom. So now we have our 4 popsicles. I'm going to cut these out, and then we're going to glue them onto our background. We're going to use our popsicle sticks too. All right, now with our popsicles sticks, you can either try to cut them in half, or I think it's easier just to take your hands in the middle and break them. Being careful, of course. So I go to the middle, and I squeeze until it's broken like that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to glue our popsicle sticks and our popsicles on our background. So first we want to add our popsicle sticks. So I'm going to add some glue right at the bottom, and that's where my popsicle stick's going to go. And then I'm going to take my popsicle sticks with the curved side out. And I'm going to put them right on my paper where I put my glue. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to decide where I want to put my popsicles, and then I'm going to glue them down onto our background like this. So I'm going to glue these down, and then we will be finished. I got all my popsicles glued down and my popsicle sticks, and that will be it, you guys. This is our Andy Warhol inspired with balance, because we got 4 in every corner, and it's pop art because it's popsicles. It's something we see every day, and we use it a lot of bright, bold colors. I'm excited to see how yours comes out, and I will see you guys all next time. Have a wonderful rest of your morning, your evening, your afternoon. Goodbye.